What a night for a fight. We're at Brooklyn Hall. My name is Todd Grisham. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Diego Corrales. This fighter's going to be all up in your grill. They're a swarmer. And he'll be fighting Dalton Thunder Smith. And they will have a power advantage here. This is one of the most stacked divisions in the world. These two will be competing as lightweights.
This is it. This is that fight. This is that argument. I don't know what to expect.
And here we see Diego Corrales from the United States of America. The last time we saw them in action, they suffered a very tough KO. Let's see how they respond here. Dalton Thunder Smith from the United Kingdom, coming off a very tough decision loss in their last fight.
As soon as the bell goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
And now it's time for the official introductions, and for that, we go to the Hall of Famer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, Diego Chico Corrales. Fighting out of the blue corner, from the United Kingdom, Dalton Thunder Smith.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
This is going to be that fight. This is what people are going to be talking about forever and a day.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Punch is beginning to take its toll. And he scores with the counter. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. This is a historical moment. Not many boxers get to 50 fights. An absolute warrior. Counter punches have to hurt. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Is he going to punch himself out, though? The only fear you have with this lightweight is, has he punched himself out? Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Well, this fighter loves throwing hooks. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. A perfect counter lands. And he misses with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
And there's the bell for round two. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? miss with that jab. You can see from the record, this fighter is fantastic and is really difficult to get past. He threw a punch and just got countered. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punching. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Good counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
On to the third. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. A lot of effort being exerted here. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate?
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Corrales might be ready to go. Thought we were going to see the finish there.
3 days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
He missed with that jab. Only catching air with that hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
And there's the bell to start round 4. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And he misses with that straight left. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice counter shot. Stamina is off the charts. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That counter punch caught him clean. Misses with the straight left. Swing and a miss with the jab. Punch, counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Is he going to punch himself out, though? We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
A perfect counter shot. Misses with the straight left. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
This is when you talk about championship material.
On to the sixth round. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Can't score with that jab. Holding nothing back here in the round. Jab misses. And down goes Diego Corrales. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Gotta look at his corner, look for instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Nice counter shot. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right.
And there's the bell for round 7. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Stamina is off the charts. When are we going to see a jab from these two? For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Both men step back for just a moment. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Cardio was put in for this fight. It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
And there's the bell for round 8. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
And that hook misses. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Hook was off target. He misses with that straight left. There's a counter shot. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship material.
And we enter the ninth. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
What are they doing that now? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Beautiful counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. The stamina is off the charts. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter. Dalton Smith on his way out, it seems. But somehow weathered the storm.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
It's round 10. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Carrying away the right hook. Dalton Smith he couldn't take anymore, and down goes Dalton Smith. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I've got to see that again.
They're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Halfway through the round, and I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Incredible work rate. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smarts that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. Had every round in the bag. There was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.
They ain't stopping me.